This is just a quick book placement, product placement for my books under the author name Derek Hemingway. First, we have the first installment in The Human Saga, which is my epic trilogy of novellas about a future civilization of corporate fascism that is being invaded by an alien cult. We have The Mortician's Daughter, a dark fantasy set in Mesoamerica about a sorceress who blocks out the sun to create a kingdom of darkness and evil, full of ghosts and monsters. It's fucking awesome. Part 2 of The Human Saga, and then Part 3. There's currently my first full-length novel in the works, so be on the lookout for that. That's about all. Song Snob Reacts. Hello everyone, welcome back to Song Snob Reacts. Feat my new YouTube mic. It's really good, it's high quality, I got it for about $20. I think it's actually more of a gaming mic, but it also said it was suitable for YouTube and Twitch. So I think that should be good. So today, we're going to go back to the well for some love bites because, well, I've been reacting to them a lot. They get me a lot of views, and I am a YouTuber. I care about views. With that being said, I'm going to do a few songs of theirs that I might not have done before. I'm pretty sure I haven't. And this week I'll be doing a rare 2-video upload, partly to toy around with my new microphone, but also because I want to do the new Tom MacDonald song as well. So I'm going to be a busy boy. With that being said, we are doing Love Bites. It is called When Destinies Align. What a cheesy cliche title. I love it. I love the cheese and the cliche. I'm a cheese meister. Yeah, I know. Smile with my mouth closed. My fault I've been born with misshapen teeth. Anyway, we begin with this song in 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Hell yeah. This is just your basic, classic, straightforward power metal song. No bullshit. Uh, Halloween could cover this stuff, could cover this song, and it wouldn't lose a thing. It'd be so fucking good. And the advantage of having a female vocalist is some of those high Fs and high Cs are actually a little easier to hit. That's less impressive because it's easier, but at the same time, it's better for the band as a whole because then they can achieve what they're aiming for just a little bit easier. All in all, this is a really well put together song, and this really took me back to like the early days of when I first got into like heavy metal and power metal. It's like, my God. Not so much specific memories as just a vague feeling that I remember having in my body at the time. It's just the way it felt first getting into it. This was Man of War. This was Halloween. This was fucking Rhapsody of Fire. All over again. Fantastic. The pacing was perfect. And initially, I felt like it might have been a little too long. But then I realized, oh, wait, that's only a second verse. Right? That's only 2 verses. It just, for some reason, felt a little longer than it should. Maybe because the chorus was too long. But I think the pacing was great. Solid guitar solo. If you love classic European-style power metal, albeit done by people who are Japanese, this is for you. If you love Halloween or Gamma Ray or anything like that, this is definitely for you. And you really gotta love the imagery in the video, mixing heavy metal with that feminine beauty and then switching to like samurai costumes. That's pretty fucking metal. And in general, I think it really meets the aesthetic, bringing all those elements together in the video that you wouldn't think necessarily go together, but when you finally do, it's like, hey, it works. Even though it probably really shouldn't. But it does. Awesome. So, musically speaking, this was perfectly placed. Perfect pace, I should say perfectly paced. Perfect pacing, the length is right. There's plenty of substance, nice and full, all that. Love Bites once again gets the perfect score on music. Now, I obviously want to do my lyrical analysis breakdown. I always do that, so bear with me. I know people don't always like when I do it, but it's just what I do, okay? And, if you went to, like, Blake X's channel, you wouldn't get anything different. He does it too. Anyway. So, lyrical breakdown. It is not just some coincidence. It is nothing like reality. It is something very precious that not everyone can get. It is like a dream, a turn of fate. It is what each of us can bring. It's a chemical reaction only possible with these pieces. So, obviously, they're talking about, like, the pieces, the separate pieces coming together make a greater whole. That sort of goes back to emergence theory and the sort of the ship of Theseus in ancient Greece. Not to wax philosophical necessarily, but they are talking about how sometimes it seems almost like it is a sort of destiny when so many disparate elements can just sort of come together and there's this perfect union. At least that's what people thought the United States was going to be when it first got together, but as it turns out, not so much, since Portland is at odds with the rest of Oregon. So not all unions are perfect. But at the same time, I feel like Love Bites is certainly a perfect union. You got a great bass player, you got a great guitar player, great drummer, great vocalist. Everybody's in their pocket and they're working together. They are a unit, a true union. So this might as well be their theme song. Why must someone get in our way? We won't let them. We can't go because we believe. We must someone put out the light deep inside our hearts. Oh, why? Why must someone? Okay, that sentence didn't make any sense. Can you see we can create a miracle? I can see that you can create a miracle. You're like top level musicians for sure, top tier. I ain't in your way. I certainly am not in your way. I want more. We won't let them. We can go because we believe. Believing in yourself is definitely very important, although confidence is not everything, but it's very important regardless. I mean, if you feel like people are getting you down, trying to put out your light, well, you can rekindle candles. You can spark the flame once again, both literally and metaphorically. You girls from Japan are just way too powerful. Nobody can keep you down. Too powerful. Open your eyes. We'll make a new future. All of our hopes are in these hands. Like a bird flying into a world we don't know. We will always be together. Yeah, these are just classic cheesy power metal lyrics. And while the rhyme scheme is not a typical rhyme scheme, it does have a classic lyrical flow, which is a rhyme scheme on a scheme unto itself, and that's very important. It all flows together. You could imagine a poet writing a limerick that sort of went like this. In fact, I would argue that poetry and lyrical writing have a lot in common. If you actually read a lyric sheet sometime, you'll note that it is written in prose, similar to how poetry is written in prose. They are very similar, and the poetic flow here is very limerical and is very nice. You don't have to rhyme, although it certainly helps. So I'll give him credit for that. It's certainly more clever than just the usual, typical rhyme scheme. Carry on, this is us, carry on. That's either talking about moving forward or talking about their carry-on luggage. Either way, it is failure that has brought us here. It is made of our blood and tears. It is It is something very strong that keeps us moving on and on. It is love, ambition, destiny. It is why we've been through everything. It is what becomes the reason, shining bright into tomorrow. Well, yeah, you really do got to suffer for your art. The blood, sweat, and tears that gets you to the top. And what's interesting is the line about how failure that has brought us here. That's very intelligent, very smart. And here's why. It's because a lot of the time, the most successful people in life actually started out failing. Like a lot of failure, right? Failure is the ultimate teacher because it teaches you what doesn't work. You learn so much more from that than from success. Because usually there's upteen different ways to fail, but there's only one or two ways to succeed. That's why you learn so much from failure, especially since failure is also multifaceted, because there's the follow-up of failure, which is picking yourself back up and trying again. So it is failure that brought them here, and it is failure that's brought me here. It's amazing the amount of blood, sweat, and tears. Love Bites definitely has some worldly wisdom here to be listened to. They know what it's like. They know all too well. The more I listen to them and the more I analyze, the more I love them and want to listen to more. I mean, somebody should send me tickets to a Love Bites show and offer to fly me out. I don't really have the kind of money to really travel, but if I had the chance to see Love Bites live in concert, I don't think even a hurricane could stop me. Well, okay, maybe a hurricane could, but still, I mean, damn. Why must someone? Oh wait. Yeah, why must someone get in our way? We can't let them. We can go because we believe. Why must someone put the light out deep inside our... Okay, so that's a chorus repeat. Open your eyes, we'll make a new future. All of our hopes are in these hands. Like a bird flying into a world we don't know, we will always be together. Right, sort of joined at the hip, the eternal partnership. Going into the unknown and into the future, like we always have to, whether we want to or not. Then another chorus repeat, second chorus repeat. Okay, so... Well, okay, not really chorus repeats, more like verse repeats. The song itself only has 2 actual verses, or 3 actual verses, with the third being repeated a couple times. See, that is going to get on my nerves. You didn't have enough actual lyrics to fill out the entire length of the song. I know some people are not going to like that I prioritize that, but it matters. If you're going to have lyrics, and you're going to have like a 6-minute track, you got to be able to fill out the 6-minute track. And I'm afraid they just didn't do that. See, as much as I like to say that Love Bites is all but perfect, they fell a little short of the mark here, to me. To me, this is short of the mark. I suppose if you repeat a verse once or twice, repeating the third verse, well, I mean, they only repeat it 3 times. That's like the absolute maximum I'd be willing to tolerate. But in all honesty, they should have come up with at least another verse. Now, I realize it's very difficult to do that. While I'm not a musician, I am a writer. I am an author, and I understand that sometimes coming up with a next 2 or 3 pages of dialogue is amazingly hard. But you still got to at least try. You still got to at least try to throw in something. And then if you come up with an idea later that you can throw in there, maybe go back and edit some crappy dialogue that you threw in to have substance, and make something of it. I would have loved to seen that. Is this too many verse / chorus repeats? Well, no. This is right on the line. If they did it one more time, I would be like 3 is the limit. I think they did a pretty good job here, understanding the situation. It's very meaningful, got lots of world wisdom, all that. The rhyme scheme is clever, the meaning is good, it's not juvenile in any sense. This is really solid stuff. But it's right on the line of being excessive in terms of repeats. So, 5 out of 5. But not quite 5 out of 5. Just barely. It's very well done otherwise, very well put together. Love Bites is kick ass. Let no one say otherwise, because if they do, they're an idiot. Anyway, with that being said, there will be a link down below in the description to my books. Please buy, download, and read them. And as always, tschüss. Peace.